What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Okay, so we're going to talk Mermail Atlanteans in this video. Everybody's super stoked and hyped about it. Sneak peek was this weekend and we're halfway through it. So, we're starting to see some of the prices. Now, sneak peek prices are often inflated, but a lot of these top end cars tend to kind of sit at these prices for, the first couple of months or, the first potential month or so on and so forth until the deck kind of figures itself out and the meta kind of flattens out and decides what's going to be what. Now, I do expect over probably the next 2 months and YCS Seattle, I expect Mermails to have very good numbers just because there's a lot of hype about, a lot of hype around the deck, and the deck it's definitely worthy of it. But there's one thing I think that so many people have kind of completely forgotten about, or at least aren't seeming to willing to talk about, is the actual price of this deck. When I'm searching on eBay and I'm looking at some of the rarities and some of the prices, you know what this deck really reminds me of? It reminds me of Lightsworn. Remember when Lightsworn first came out and like everything in the entire deck was hollow? I mean, Celestia was an ultra, Lila was an ultra, Wolf was a super, Raikou was a super, Arceus was a super, Aaron was a secret, JD was a secret, Honest was a ghost and a secret. Like every single thing in the entire deck was freaking hollow outside of like Lumina. So the deck was like crazy expensive. And I'm looking at Mermail Atlanteans and I'm like, okay, it's great that you've got the Atlanteans from the structure deck. Obviously you don't have to spend that much money there. But when I look at these Mermail cards, I'm like, man, this could be potentially like Lightsworn 2.0. Like, it's the exact opposite of what GB was. When GB came out, like, everything in the deck was dirt cheap except, like, Herc. And Herc was actually cheap at first, but when Glass got good, Herc became a $300 card because it was only secret. I think everybody might want to curb their enthusiasm a little bit. You look at Mermail, ABYSSMEGALO, and, this guy, he's a secret rare. I mean, ultimate troll job there, Konami. It was smart from a business standpoint because you can't really run the deck without him, because this is the guy that gets 2 Mermails in the graveyard at a time. Like, he gets rid of those excess cards in your hand. He also sets up for killer elemental lore plays. But I look at this guy, and right now he's running about $75 on eBay for 1 copy. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, and all of these predictions are just based off mock decks that I've seen. The deck probably runs about 2 copies of this guy, so that's $150 right there. I'm looking at Mermail ABYSSLINDE sign, the like the recruiter one, and this broad's running like $20+ for 1 copy. It seems like you'd want to run probably 2 to 3 because this card is what lets you constantly keep your field presence. When it's destroyed, you just summon another Mermail. And then even the Abyss Spear is running like $10. And again, the deck probably is going to run 1 to 2 copies of that. So, when you've got the big guy, Gallo, you've got 2 copies of him, that's $150. Let's say you run 3 copies of ABYSSLINDE, that's another $60. 2 copies of the Spear, another $20. And then if you throw like an Elemental Lord on, I mean, that dude's running probably about $80 too. So it's like, damn. I think what snuck under the radar is the fact that Mermails is going to be a really expensive deck until either like the hype really dies down, or like, we start getting special editions and the cards become like wildly available. But if these things come out at YCS Seattle and kill it top 4 like I think that they can, oh my goodness, you could see these prices stay like this for a very long time. So I just wanted to know what everybody's thoughts were, and if you're building Mermail Atlanteans, what was your goal for this weekend? Like, what's your game plan? Is it just try and trade for these guys, or to hope that maybe the market crashes on them, they don't do as well at Seattle and you can pick them up cheap, or just to bite the bullet, get them now and hope that the prices increase or that they stay at that level, thus you didn't lose any money? Thank you guys for watching, and talk to you later.